This video I'm going to be talking about is the no contact rule effective. What is the no contact rule? That's what I'm going to be addressing in this video, and whether this is effective for making a girl like you or not. Or that's something that I think a lot of people get wrong, they misunderstand, and they try to use this in a way that is not actually going to work. I'm John from BulldogMindset.com. On this channel, I teach you how to be a man. I teach you how to build financial independence, how to build the physique you want, how to get the girls you want, and how to live your life with the Bulldog mindset instead of the victim mindset. Click that subscribe button, become a fucking Bulldog. Let's change your life. Let's stop being a victim. Let's learn everything that we need to do to thrive in this life and to make the most of it. So let's start off by talking about what is the no contact rule. It's a real simple idea. It basically means that you stop having contact with someone, okay? Most of the time where this applies is in kind of a dating type of relationship situation where you would just stop texting someone, stop calling them, stop communicating with them, maybe not return their texts and whatnot. And the idea behind this is that people want what they can't have, and you're changing the dynamics, right? Everything is sort of a cat and mouse game, like there's a pull and push, okay? And relationships work on that, like sexual attraction and attraction in general works on this yin and yang, this balance of this person pursues, this person, when they're being pursued, they kind of run away a little bit, and then the roles switch, and you have a more, let's say, passionate relationship when those sides are flipping from time to time. That's why it's so confusing when you're like, oh, I'm not sure what to do. I'm not sure, it's, and you're doing kind of weird stuff. And you're like, oh, last week I wasn't sure, but now I need this thing, because we have this kind of instinct. When someone takes something away, we want to have it back. Okay. And when someone rejects us, we want to validate ourselves by proving that we are, by unrejecting ourselves, right? So what you'll find a lot of times in human relationships is that what we'll do is, a lot of times if someone rejects us, we will actually double down and get rejected even further and more, and grovel and become needy in order to be able to basically validate ourselves. Because if they reject us in some way, they mistreat us in some way, we go back to them again, okay, in order to basically, and it's a bad strategy because it makes it more likely that you're going to get abused further, but we go back to them, we grovel, we act needy, we try to give them another chance to accept us instead of reject us, which results in further rejection and a sort of a downward spiral. One of the ways to combat this when you're in this situation is to use the no contact rule. So the no contact rule is just simply to cut off communication. Is this effective? At a very basic level, it is effective, but it requires a certain level of interest. Okay, so think of it this way. Let's say that we're to go with a cat analogy. Okay, if you've ever had a cat and you've ever played with your cat, maybe you have like a little feather or a laser or something like that. Okay, if you want to get the cat really riled up, you basically have to shake the thing around and then stop moving it, and then move it again, and then move it out of the way of the cat, and the cat will go nuts, trying to chase this thing, trying to catch this thing, okay? But the thing is, what you're doing, and especially if you stop the movement, right, then the cat will be ready to pounce on it, okay? But the thing is, the cat is already enticed, okay? You've done something to entice the cat, and so now you've got the cat's attention, okay? And so now if you stop moving the thing, okay, if you basically remove the toy, the cat is going to be looking for it. The cat wants that toy. It wants that because it's already had that pursuit. If you're just giving the cat the toy all the time, the cat there's nothing to chase. It doesn't want that, right? But if the cat has been interested in it initially, because you've gotten the attention, and now you take it away, okay, and you move the toy away, the cat is going to follow. It's going to chase that toy. Okay. Now imagine that if you go into a room and you've got a cat toy, okay, and you've got the cat there, and you just show the cat toy to the cat, and then you take the cat toy away from the cat. Or better yet, you take something that the cat isn't interested in, a pillow on the floor, and you take it away from the cat. Does the cat care? Does the cat give a fuck? The cat doesn't give a fuck. It doesn't matter. It doesn't change anything, right? There's no chasing. The no contact rule is effective when you already have some kind of pursuit. And this is where a lot of you guys are using this wrong and misunderstanding this, okay, is that if a girl is not interested in you, okay, and you were contacting her before, and then now you do no contact, it's like the cat taking away a toy that the cat wasn't playing with. You can no contact the hell out of some girl that has friend zoned you, and it's not going to matter at all. She's already written you off. She doesn't give a fuck. She doesn't care. Okay, and so this is where you guys are using this wrong, and you're misunderstanding this. It is a powerful tool. It is a powerful weapon. It is a powerful psychological mechanism to have in your arsenal under the right conditions, where you already have some level of attraction and maybe you've been showing too much interest, and now you can take it away, okay, and you can regain some interest, right? It's like fanning the flame, all right, in adding some oxygen to that fire, all right? But if you don't have any interest to begin with, it's not going to work. A lot of guys I coach, what they're trying to do is they're like, okay, well, I have this girl, and she kind of friend zoned me, and I've told her how I felt about her, and she said, well, let's just be friends, okay? But I'm going to no contact her. I'm going to do the no contact rule. I'm not going to have any contact with her, and that is my strategy for getting her to like me. And it's a really bad strategy. Like, the no contact in that case is great. You shouldn't have any contact with her. That's great, because you're already in the friend zone. The only thing you can do is make things worse. So don't fuck it up. Don't be her friend. Just no contact. Just don't deal with that. Okay, it's not going to be a good situation for you. But don't hope to get something out of it, because you're not going to get something out of it. Now, in the rare occasion where you actually really don't give a fuck, and you really actually are doing no contact because you have your own dignity and pride, and you're not going to waste your time with someone who's not showing interest in you, who might just lead you along, or is just going to friend zone you, then you may actually even have success at some point, but you can't count on it. You're using it wrong if you think that it's going to be a tool that's going to be effective for getting you out of those situations. Now, a situation where a no contact rule would be very effective would be a situation where a girl has shown some interest in you. Maybe you've gone on a date with her. Maybe she's shown some kind of romantic interest in you. Maybe she was already a girlfriend, okay? And now this person is texting you, okay, or even in a friend zone, okay. Let's say that they're texting you. They're the ones who are kind of initiating contact with you, okay, because they want to keep you around, right? A lot of girls have orbiters around, and not necessarily something they do on purpose, but they like to have guys that make them feel good about themselves, that make them feel attractive. So they have these guys that are you could consider orbiters, okay, that want to give this girl, okay, and so they're keeping contact with them. They're fishing for compliments, and maybe you've been one of those guys that's like, oh, I'm getting a text, she must like me, so let me tell her how beautiful she is, or how wonderful she is, or can I do something? Can I drive you somewhere? Can I get you this gift? Can I, whatever it is, and so when you're in that kind of a situation, if you suddenly developed a pair of balls and no contact, and she's texting you and asking you, all kinds of questions and stuff like that, where she's getting her validation from you, okay, and now you've stopped it, so you're not giving any validation. You're giving maybe a short one-word answer, and then you're not texting back. She's wondering what happened to you. Now it could be effective, especially if she had some kind of romantic interest in you in the first place, and then you kind of blew it by being too much of a nice guy and too friendly. Now she might be like, okay, what is up with this guy? I want to get that back. I want to get back that validation. He's taken away this validation that I had, okay, and that can be effective. The more effective that the no contact rule is going to be, it's going to be in situations where you feel like you need it least, okay? If you have some girl that is very, very interested in you, that is texting you, that is romantically interested in you, that's attracted to you, and you drop off contact for like 3 days, she's going to be really amped up. She's really going to be doubting herself and wondering why you're not contacting her, and that's going to create a higher level of interest and attraction, okay? Now, I'm not saying to be an asshole and to use this tool for a negative purpose, but you may, on and off use this tool because maybe you're just genuinely too busy, okay? And you don't need to constantly give validation to people, to girls especially, by texting them back all the time when you're busy, when you're doing some other stuff, when you're traveling or whatever it is. Instead, you're basically doing the no contact rule from the place that it's meant to be done from, which is that you're doing it because it's just naturally occurring to you, and it's going to create that level of attraction because you're actually a person that has shit going on with your life. Okay, you're a man, all right, not a little boy that's just pursuing this girl. Now, the place where you strategically use it is where you've kind of fucked up a little bit, or maybe in a situation where this person is disrespecting you or treating you in a way that you don't want to be treated, or they're telling you stuff that you don't want to hear, okay? In which case, you could no contact. You could be like, you know what? When someone is going to act like this, going to treat me like this, going to talk to me like this, I'm just going to break off contact with them. I don't need to communicate with you. You can communicate with me. You can, get back in my good graces, and then we'll have that conversation. So it's a way of having sort of a takeaway, right, that actually has a benefit to it. The majority of you that are trying to use this no contact rule, you're trying to get out of situations where it's not going to work. You're trying to, basically entice a cat with a toy by taking it away that the cat wasn't interested in the toy in the first place. It's just not going to work. There's no magic here, right? You can no contact for a whole fucking year, and if someone doesn't know you exist or care that you exist, they're not going to fucking care, okay? You actually have to be taking something away that had some kind of interest. You could be in the friend zone. You could be just one of those guys that a girl is using for validation. You could take that away by not being a pussy anymore and stop giving her validation, and it may create some interest. She may start chasing you, okay? And if you're strong enough to continue to not feed into that and give validation, then you may actually make your way out of the friend zone. But I don't want to ever give you encouragement to try and get out of the friend zone, because as soon as you're trying to do that shit, you're gonna be even more needy than you were in the first place. If you haven't already, take the Bulldog Mindset quiz. That is where you can find out if you've got the victim mindset or the Bulldog mindset. All right, click that subscribe button. I'll talk to you next time. Take care.